Hello guys, and welcome back to another day of the Balkan Bulk. Today we have a leg day. However, slightly different today. We're going to be doing alternating, so it's going to be kind of like supersets on top of supersets. So what that means is I'm going to be doing an exercise for, not an exercise, sorry, a set for my quads, and then right after do a set for my hamstrings. And I'm going to be doing this for all the exercises. So yeah, let's get started. Starting off, we're doing these leg extensions. I'm going kind of light on them. At least for the start, I wanted to mainly focus on my hamstrings, so that's why quads was just kind of like not too heavy, just trying to get them like warmed up mostly. It was the hamstrings that I went really heavy on, which we'll see in a second. So yeah, moving on to the next thing. Right, so for the hamstrings, I just went for some dumbbell RDLs. I went quite heavy on them, at least for me. Is 40 kilos is pretty heavy. Usually I go for like a 25, 30 maximum. But I thought today I'll try a 40, and it felt pretty nice. So yeah, I just kind of did that. So I think for these, I went for around between 10 and 12 reps for both of the exercises. And as for sets, I went for 5 sets. So this was like the main thing I was doing for my muscles. So mainly for hamstrings I did RDOs, and mainly for quads I did leg extensions. So yeah, moving on to the next thing in a second. Right, moving on, I went for these leg press, and then right after I did hamstring curls. So for this leg press, I tried to obviously put my feet lower on the pad there, just so I mainly feel it in my quads. I went kind of light for this set, but then right after, on my next set, I went really heavy. I went for like a full stack. But for this set, it was nice and like light. I just focused on like mainly feeling my quads. I was just trying to get the feel of the machine really. So yeah, pretty nice. Rep wise, I went for I think around 12-15 reps. That was for both of the sets, even though for my next set I was just kind of like pumping them out. So yeah, moving on to the next thing, which will be hamstring curls. So yeah.
Nu le faci așa la râsuri, ce dracu le faci? Gândește-le dracu odată.
As for the hamstring curls, I just did them nice and light, focusing on getting like a squeeze at the bottom. I didn't put the pad too high, so as you can see, it looks like I'm doing half reps. That just allows me to mainly focus on the contraction of the exercise, so that's what works for me. So I really like these. Rep wise, I went for high reps, so around 15 reps or so, and like I said, I did this for 2 sets. So yeah, moving on to the last thing. To finish off the leg day, I did these adduction machine, and then right after some calf raises. I went kind of heavy on these, just because I was already tired, so I was just trying to pump them out really. So I went for 5 sets of these, and then like I said, some calf raises. Pretty standard. I got them boxes in the back. They just let me position myself properly, and obviously for the last few reps I'm helping myself just to get that extra few rep in. So yeah, moving on. As for the calf raises, I just go kind of light on them and try to control them for a few reps, at least as much as I can, and then after I just pump them out. You can see that in a second. Rep wise, just as many reps as I can really. But yeah, that will be today's video. There won't be a pump check today because I forgot my shorts at home again. So yeah, that will be today's video. Hopefully you enjoyed. Leave a like if you did, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.